of the tannins. Are they high quality tannins, so their finish is a little bit smooth, they leave a pleasant finish, or are they a little bit dry, astringent, they leave bitter finish in our mouth? So this is the key to understand quality in wines, in red wines, in my opinion. Maybe you disagree, but today we will focus on understanding the tannins on the red wines that we are going to taste. So let's start with just a small and a very brief review and recap of what is Montefalco, which are the natural factors that affect the quality and style of wines of Montefalco. So we know that we are in a mainly hilly area. 22% of the production is coming from here. In the 1999, the Montefalco Sagrantino became a DOCG, so the highest level quality possible in Italy. And we are in the hills of Montefalco, Monte Ritaldi, Giano nell'Umbria, and Gualdo Cattaneo. So all these areas are basically very diverse to each other. So if you see, we are in the very center of Italy. So the climate is considered continental, but with a lot of moderating influences, such as altitude. We are around 400, actually we can start from 200 up to 450 meters above sea level, but also a huge influence is made by the aspect. So vineyards are facing north, vineyard may face south, east and west, so we have a plethora of different expositions that actually influence the final star in the wine. And so if we focus, you see, we are here in Montefalco, the area around Montefalco, and then we have the other 4 communes that are used for the production of Montefalco Sagrantino DOCG. We have differences in this area, especially with the soils. So basically, in the ancient time, Umbria was mainly covered by water. So now the matrix of soil is mainly clayish, but with a lot of differences. So, for instance, in the area around Montefalco, we have a mixed clay and sand. So also very light, more draining, that give a little bit more of aromas and nose to the wines, and gentle tannins. The area in the north, around Bevagna, is pure clay. And this is very important because, yes, Umbria is not very arid, no drought problem till now, but we know climate change is a challenge for everybody. So usually in winter, water drop down with rains, an average of 1,000 millimeters, so it's quite enough. And so they store into the soil in order to give water to the vines in summer. Then, around the area of Giano, we have more sandy and pebbles, so more draining, even more poor in the nitrogen, for instance. And then we finish with the area of around Gualdo, where limestone is present, marl soils, so is also rich of chalk, so it gives also a structure and texture in the wines that is a little bit more present, no? A little more abundant. Now, the main grape we are going to discuss is Sagrantino, of course. We know that Sagrantino, so which is the perception of Sagrantino? So you arrived yesterday, yes. Imagine that you never tasted the Sagrantino before, and you were expected to taste Sagrantino. Which is the style of wine you expected to taste? Say it again. Blockbuster, okay. Tannic, yes. And then? Maybe rich, maybe powerful, big, abundant. Okay, yes. This is the perception that we had or we have from Sagrantino, and this masterclass is going to actually assess whether this is only our way to see things, our bias, or actually is it? So we are going to assess this. Sagrantino is a grape variety that is very late harvesting. He likes a lot the sunshine. He needs a lot of sunshine in order to ripe the skin. He's in love with warmth. Eh, yes and no. So it doesn't like so much warmth. The high temperature can be quite struggling because the sugar in the grape tend to run into ripeness while the skin needs more time. So okay, sunshine, but not too much warmth. That's why we are starting discovering, understanding that the northern exposition, the east exposition are getting better and better quality in terms of tannins. Then is a grape that usually has a thick skin, but this thick skin is getting smaller and softer and fine as long as it ripes. So it means that allowing the grape to stay on the vine longer will have a beneficial effect on tannins because it will have tannins that are riper but also softer and more velvety. So understanding the behavior of the grape into the vineyard is crucial to understanding the final wines, the final style and quality of the wines. Now, which are let's try to make a very brief SWOT analysis. Which are the strengths of this grape, in your opinion? Any opinion on the strength of Sagrantino grape? Say it again? Yes, longevity, age-worthy. Someone else? Yes. Yes, a lot of phenols that give high quality to the wines. And in general, there has been a study dated 2008 around from San Michele all'Adige, is a foundation, is a very important center of research in Trentino that actually assessed the quality of the tannins, and this study confirmed that Sagrantino has a unique texture of the tannins, but it's quite difficult to manage. So we need to understand more of the behavior in the vineyard for this grape. Which is on the other side, which are the weaknesses of this grape? High alcohol, yes, I agree. Someone else? Come on, be polemic. Say something wrong. Greenness, sometimes, yes. Okay, but this is not a natural factor. This is a human factor because it depends on how you treat it. Astringency can be, yes. Again, it depends on how the human, the workers understand the behavior of the grape in the vine. And in my opinion, is also the fact that yes, we are in Montefalco. It's a beautiful land, as you can see easily, but it's difficult to reach. It's in the middle of nothing. So yes, you have to come here because you want. So we need. Can be a weaknesses, but also an opportunity because we can work on it. You are a journalist mainly, so you can help this region to shine in the future. Say it again. Yes, you have to wait. You have to wait. Yes, and so I think that we have done. So we are here. We are going to taste 10 wines. They are starting serving the wines in your glass, and the game with you is focus on the tannins, focus on the quality overall in the palate. Try to keep the wine in your mouth at least 5 seconds. Assess the weight, the position in the mouth, and then go for the finish. If it is a beautiful, savory maybe, or fruity finish, yes, the high quality of the wine. We are going to taste 10 wines, and my question also will be, yes, they are Sagrantino, Are all of them Sagrantino? Oh, who knows? Maybe not, maybe yes. We're going to discover together. So let's start this game. So wine number one is quite pale in the color. Is Sagrantino pale in the color? Because of the thick skin, a lot of anthocyanins. Can be a Sagrantino so pale in the color? Oh, maybe. Why not? Yeah. Quite delicate in the nose, so focused on red fruit, a little bit of earthiness, some toasty note, but very well integrated, not super vanilla, and it's more on the smokiness. Now, where the tannins are in your mouth. Are they on the tongue, on the palate, on the cheeks, on the gum? More or less. Who votes for the tongue? Not many. Who votes for the palate? So on the top of the palate. Who votes for the gums? Everywhere. They are quite diffused. Okay. They're quite diffused. And what's the texture of these tannins? Are more linear? Are more velvety? Are more granular? Are more silky? Which can be the vocabulary, ideal vocabulary for these tannins? Silky, yes. Waves, yes. Very fine, yes. So not grained, not big. Okay, okay. Also, how is the acidity? So it's a very high refreshing acidity, very well integrated, in balance with the alcohol, so it's abundant in the body, yes, but very slender. Okay, is it a Sagrantino? Who votes for yes, it is a Sagrantino? Who votes for no, it's not? And the people that doesn't vote, that is not voting? It will cost you an additional fee if you. Okay, yes, this is a Sagrantino, is a Scacciadiavoli, it's a 2019. So I will ask the sommelier if they can bring us also the bottles here to show to the audience. So cask fermentation and around 20 days maceration, day more, day less. It depends on the vintage. And then 18, more or less, month into the casks and tonneau and barrique. So it's a mix of different vessels. Not much new French oak, not much new oak, because we want to work with oxygen. So the Sagrantino actually need a lot of oxygen in order to polymerize the tannins and get this velvety texture, this pleasant finish that is not so astringent. Yes, the level of the tannin is high, but the quality is very well integrated. So, are you happy with this wine number one? What do you think? It's beautiful, no? Also, we have to say that 2019 has been a fantastic vintage. So, full of vibrancy, full of slender profile, full of sunshine, but not very warm. So, it's a perfect vintage for a very beautiful wine. We are tasting a 2019, and it is ready to be drunk now. We know it will evolve for the next few decades, but if we want to drink it now, yes, we can do it. It's located in Gualdo Cattaneo, in Montefalco, but it's in between Montefalco and Gualdo Cattaneo. So it's a commune that is in the borderline. There was a question here, maybe? See? No? Okay. Okay, ready for wine number two? And if you have any question, just raise your hand. We go for number two? Yes. Okay. A little bit more intense in the nose with this very blackcurrant, plum, very juicy in the nose. Still some oxidative complexity, the prune, some chocolate. You see how smooth can be in the mouth, fleshy, velvety in the tannins. The acidity is super high, but fresh, ripe, very well integrated. Is more expansive than wine number one. Yes, it's a little bit more large in the mouth, but very precise and stick in the palate. So very long finish. It has a very high mid palate weight. I think the beauty of this wine is the layered texture you find thanks to the tannins. These tannins are actually multi-faced. They are focusing a little bit more on the tongue, but super ripe, super velvety. I think there is a beautiful extraction here. Is there a vocabulary that you can use for these tannins? Thinking about the texture of the tannins, some name that maybe fits better than another? Dusty, a little bit dusty, like Rioja. Very fine, yes. There is a lot of extraction here. Huh? There is a lot of weight in this wine. So, first of all, do you like it? Beautiful. So also the sweet sensation in the palate actually is not residual sugar. Huh? So this is a spontaneous fermentation, so it must be bone dry, but there is a sweet sensation given by the tannins, and I will explain. Is it a Sangrantino or not? Who votes for yes? The majority. Molto bravi. This is a Sagrantino. And this is a Bocale. So we are in the, yes, around Montefalco, close to Castel Ritaldi. And the Bocale actually focuses a lot on the long extraction of the tannins. So maceration is actually crucial for Sagrantino tannins. We supposed to say that okay, shorter maceration allow for a lower extraction of the tannins. Yes, but is it always a rule? Is it always lower extraction equal to higher tannins? Not every time, and not for Sagrantino. So we understood that for Sagrantino, actually longer maceration help not only the polymerization, but the change of the profile of the wine. That's why we feel this sweetness at the end. This is not sugar, this is fruit, is also the extraction from the skin that Bocale does on these wines. I appreciate a lot of this long maceration, and also I was looking in the web whether there were research, specific studies, or scientific articles focusing on the maceration, the ideal maceration for Sagrantino, because everything is under discussion, everything is under study. If we Google, we can find tons and tons of scientific articles. No, none. So I will ask, please, let's do a research to understand the ideal way to extract tannins in Sagrantino, because in this way, I believe Bocale actually understood quite well how to extract tannins in Sagrantino, but maybe there are other factors, not only the length of the maceration, but also the vessels, and we will discover later on with the other glasses in our flight. 24 months in casks and 12 months in bottles, so it's a long aging, and we said at the beginning, so it's very ageable. Ageability of Sagrantino is very, very high. Happy with this? Are you enjoying this masterclass? Okay. Again, 2019, so we feel the definition of the fruit. So to me, 19 is full of light. I don't know how to describe better, but it's very precise and clean and directional. I like 2019. Let's go with wine number 3. So color again is a medium. Again, dark fruit, a little bit of tapenade, a little bit of spiciness, but a lot of black currant, black cherry, blackberry. Say it again? Yes, see, smoky, yes. Smoky from New French oak, maybe. We will see in a moment. Let's taste it. Again, slender acidity, vibrant. So, tannins, in the end, maybe a little bit dry, but very juicy at the beginning. Maybe not as high as number two, but super velvety, super juicy. They stick on the middle of the tongue now. Yes, you feel it. They are there, you are in the middle. Again, it's dense, it's very concentrated. Maybe, if I have to say something, it is too early to taste it now because it's too nervous, but I think it explains very well the high quality of the tannins. And in general, the very concentrated and long finish of this wine. Again, do you like the tannins of this wine? Yes. Any problem with this wine? Is it similar to the previous one? It's very diverse? Is it a Sagrantino? Who votes for yes? Who votes for no? Half and a half, more or less. Okay, you want to discover? And now, this is quite a famous wine. This is a Chateau d'Ampuis Gigal, so it's a Quattro 2018, so warm climate, warm vintage also. Inner vessel fermentation, so that's why you feel this vibrancy and the definition of the fruit. 20 days of maceration for Syrah and 38 months in cask, so very extended maceration. So you feel that, yes, there is a uniqueness, there is diversity, but in terms of quality, we are almost there. Obviously, the prices are not the same, but we understand very clearly that the beauty of a wine tasted blind is expressed at its best because you actually focus on the characteristics in the glass. Did you expect that it was a Syrah? Anyone was tasting maybe critically and say, maybe this Topenade? Yes, because at stage two, you know your stuff. Then maybe the spiciness, maybe the Topenade in this wine can make some suggestion. But yes, I agree with you. It's very difficult. I can discover the bottles that we tasted, so then we can make a comparison. Ok. Me la mettete scoperta poi? Grazie. Scoperta. Ready for the wine? Not now, not now, aspetta. We are not opening. La apro io, non ti preoccupare. Ok, ready for wine number 4. It's tricky, this one, because it's intense and aromatic, similar to wine number 2 and 3. There is this spiciness, there is a fruit that is in the middle between red and black fruit, so there is some similarity in the nose to wine number 2, but also to wine number 3. And there is also this austerity sometimes, there is also this earthiness in the wine. beautiful acidity. I love this acidity that make my wine, my mouth asking for more actually. And also tannins are so well integrated together with the acidity and the alcohol on the other side. You feel the tannins are almost mixed with the watery that with the water that you actually produce with thanks to the acidity. So everything is so smooth at the end. It finished savory but not dry, a little bit smoky. So this smokiness, this actually earthy minerality in the end, give a lot of how do you say Italianity is not a beautiful word, but yes, it talks to me a lot of Italy. This smokiness at the finish, this earthiness at the finish, this minerality at the finish. Yes. Tannins. What about the texture of the tannins? Are there similarity with the previous? Maybe they are softer than wine number two. They are maybe broader than wine number three, that was the Syrah, so similar to wine number one. A little bit more textured, so a little bit more granular, but not big. Still very ripe, high quality again. So, is it a Sagrantino or not? No? Who votes for no? Who votes for yes? Again, 50-50. Beautiful. However, is it a high quality wine? Undoubtedly, yeah. Very high, yes. Passo Pisciaro, we are in Sicily. So, this is Franchetti actually. We are 900 meters of altitude in the northern slope of Etna, where obviously the winery is with a lot of beautiful Nerello Mascalese. But this is not Nerello Mascalese, this is a mix of, come si dice? I don't remember the name, the Cesanese. So it's a very rare grape variety, but famous to be very tannic. And if you don't know how to manage this grape, it's a disaster. So astringency, bitterness, dryness, so it's a disaster. But we know that Passo Fisciaro, Tenute Passo Fisciaro Franchetti is able to do this like very, very easily. So I'm happy that some of you says yes, it is a Sagrantino, and I'm happy that you are saying that the previous one were Sagrantino because we are getting close to what I wanted to prove with this masterclass, so that no matter what the grape, the quality is something that must be highlighted. This is Franchetti, eccolo qua. Are you ready for one number five? So everybody has the glass, right? Yes. Number five. Similar color, subtle a little bit in the nose. No, not very intense, very delicate, refined. Here you find also some oxidative complexity with this orange peel, some fig. It's a little bit balsamic, dominated by, again, a mix of red and black fruit. Not so austere. It's delicate, it's refined, but it's not austere or closed. Also in the mouth. Tannins are not harsh, they are not coating, they are very present, they are covering the tongue in my case, but they are very velvety again. What about the acidity? High, vibrant, slender. Yes, but because the alcohol is higher, is 15 and something. So you have this beautiful balance and you need this acidity actually to cope with the alcohol. Yes, we are tasting wines that, again, Syrah was 14 and a half, Franchetti is around 15, I don't remember. Yes, it's 15, so yes, we are tasting big wines, 10 big wines. We have to. It's a good job anyway. And so what do you think? Is a Sagrantino or not? Contenti tutti? Everybody's happy with Sagrantino? Bravi. This is Sagrantino. Antonelli, 2018. By the way, 2018 has been considered, Oracado, one of the best recent vintages. Keeps the freshness. Compared to other region of Italy, is cooler so than other classic region like Bordeaux and Burgundy, for instance, that produced a lot of generosity, a lot of fruit, a lot of abundance. Here in Umbria, we get more freshness, and here you find it because, as we said in the nose, the fruit is in the middle between red fruit and black fruit. Is not so abundant. There is this beautiful vibrancy, this beautiful freshness that you can feel. But 2018 was sunny, so here you find the quality of the tannins. Not a lot of warmth, but a lot of sunshine. Perfect tannins, perfect balance between alcohol, tannins, maturity of the grapes, and the flavors and the aromas. So yes, is it Sagrantino a easy working, an easy growing grape? No at all. It's like a prince because if there is something wrong, it gets very, very difficult to grow it. Again, inner vessel fermentation, 20 days maceration, so not very long. Obviously, it depends on the vintage, but around 20, and then 36 months in casks, mix of cask and concrete. I think concrete and in general, concrete vessels like also Tava or Anfore, Coccio are getting more and more familiar with Sagrantino. And maybe you already visited some wineries yesterday, you're going to visit them today, and you will see that more and more producers are getting mm, a plethora of different vessels, different size, different age, but also different material. And the concrete is getting more and more relevant. Why? Because it's perfect to give polymerization of tannins, give oxygen that actually Sagrantino needs, but without giving flavors. So again, wines of Sagrantino are getting more and more terroir driven, or more than method driven. So I think you understand what I mean. So we are there, we are getting close to what is the terroir reflection more than the hand of the winemaker. And I appreciate this so much. So we are getting close to a more contemporary style. Yes, maybe contemporary style that are focusing on pale color, low alcohol, low tannins. The Pinosophy revolution is not actually the bread of Sagrantino, but we can achieve refined wine and linearity also in Sagrantino if we start understanding where to locate it, when to harvest, how to treat the maceration, where to age this wine. So, and I think these producers we are showing are actually achieving a very good results. So here is a bottle che sembra, it looks easy, but it's not very easy. Huh? Okay, here it is. 15% of alcohol also here. Now, ready for wine number 6? Beautiful nose, with this sappiness, with this slight balsamic aroma that is similar to the previous, but also similar to the very first, with this herbal touch, but it's not herb, it's a more sap. Suppiness. Red fruit, a lot of plum, looks quite a generous wine or a very warm vintage. We will see. You feel the oak? Yes. You feel the vanilla, the toasty notes. And you feel the new French oak also in the mouth. You feel it very much in the end, in the finish of the palate. Beautiful tannins again, very high but very velvety. Similar to the previous ones, they stick on the tongue, in the middle of the tongue, but you feel the texture of this wine is very broad, it's very creamy, it's very round, it's smooth in the palate. So probably here the maceration and the aging played a big role in the winemaking, in the final quality of this wine. Is a ripe wine? Yes, probably from a warmer vintage, we will see in a moment. Is an abundant wine? Yes, it's generous. Is it a high quality wine? Is it a Sagrantino? Who vote for yes? Who vote for no? More on the yes. And now, this is Merlot. Yes, this is Messorio, Le Macchiole. So we are in Bulgaria, warm Mediterranean climate, abundancy. So the Merlot actually is shining here. Concrete fermentation, 20 days of maceration, and then 16 months in a barrique and amphora. So you know, concrete is coming back, amphora is coming back. I have the sensation this wine created a discussion. But again, tasting blind actually help emphasizing the quality of the glass. Misconception, bias, nothing here. It's just what is saying the glass. Let's move on to the wine number 7. Any questions so far? Super. You're tasting great wines, I think. Here it is, the Messorio. This is 2019, so again, fantastic vintage, but from a very warm climate. That's why we felt this generosity. Now, let's focus on to wine number 7. Super aromatic, very intense, but also austere, savory. There is black currant leaves, plum, black cherries, very dark in the nose, a lot of oak also, some vanilla toast. It's earthy, it's very, it looks like a wine that has tightly bound fruit that needs time to open and shine. And this compactness, this compact body, you feel it inbound, and you know it's too early to drink this because you feel that it's also a lot of austerity now. There is also a lot of austerity now in the wine, but you feel the tannins. Where are the tannins? Are still in the tongue? Are in other part in the palate? Where are they? Where do you feel them? On the palate, okay? On the cheek, yes. On the tongue, okay? Everywhere. Maybe it's a blend. Who knows? Maybe it's a Sagrantino made in a particular way. Different maceration, different vessel, different moment of harvest to give complexity over everything. But it's very spherical in the mouth, showing again this austerity. High quality wine. Do you like it? In Italian, you say buono, parecchio. You don't like it? No, okay. Is it a Sagrantino? No. How many said no? Bravi. Oh, why? Because it's a Santa Steph. This wine was screaming, I am a Cabernet, I am a Cabernet. Chateau Montrose, so a second growth, Cru Classé 2021, because people are getting enthusiastic of this. Okay, darling, let's wait. Let's calm down a little bit. I know that wines are beautiful, but okay. 2021, it was not a very enthusiastic vintage, but was beautifully managed by top chateau like obviously Chateau Montrose, concrete fermentation in order to smooth and give oxidation to Cabernet Sauvignon domination. 20 days of maceration, 24 months in barrique as classic winemaking. And I'm sure this one was very, very good. Okay, we are getting to the end. Number 8. Beautiful intensity again, also here. Similar to the previous, but not much, is the herbal touch, the dry herbs, the blackcurrant leaf. There is more austerity, for sure, more earthiness. This chocolate that is coming back, and spiciness. So there are similarity to the previous one, but also the nose is very complex. So you have a lot of different profile. So you have a profile that is more fresh, not crunchy, but yes, fresh fruit. One that is more serious with red fruit and black fruit that is ripe, and then there is this spiciness that is not so, is not covering the fruit, but is present. Is rich, is velvety, and again, what about the quality of the tannins here? Yes, they are big, expansive, super ripe. Okay, we are also at wine number 8, and we don't feel coated with tannins. We still understand the tannins because you know tannins tend to build inside your mouth as long as you taste red wines. So, but in this case, you find the ripeness, the smoothness, also the layered complexity. So this is coming for sure for a complex matrix of factor. Maybe it's a blend, maybe it's a different moment of winemaking, of harvesting, maybe it's a complexity of vessels, who knows. However, what about the quality of this wine? Do you like it? It's fantastic, no? Is it a Sagrantino? Are you sure? Who vote for yes? Who vote for no? More on the yes. And you are a very good taster because it is a Sagrantino. This is tenuto Nonelli, lunga attesa, Carapace lunga attesa, so in Castelbuono, this beautiful building winery actually created by Leonardo Pomodoro, so this famous artist. This is a 2016. 2016 is one of the most important vintage, recent vintage, beautiful vintage, very regular, no drought, not a lot of rains, a lot of sunshine, fantastic temperature range between day and night. Also, the peculiarity of this wine is that we have 3 different moments of harvest, and this is beautiful because you can harvest to get acidity and crunchy fruit, and then you harvest to get more concentration, more phenolic ripeness, and then you harvest to get abundancy and the base, not the fatness in the mouth. And then also the fermentation is different because you have a mix of old casks, 10%, around 10-15% in amphore, pesto and tava, mainly pesto, so you have a lot of oxygenation. And then you have also fermentation in inner vessel that to maintain the bright fruit that you find. So is it a very defined wine? Purity of the fruit, definition of the fruit. And also the aging is a little bit more easy because it's around 24, a little bit more in big casks. And again, also this producer understood that the extended maceration is crucial for the quality of the tannins of Sagrantino. Yes, it is a bold wine, but it's a wine that, if yes, we were blind. If I asked you the vintage, probably we get 19, 20, not 16, because it's a wine that is aimed to age very slowly in the bottle. That's why we said that Sagrantino is an age-worthy wine. But it's not a wine that is undrinkable now. Yes, it is a baby, but it's pleasant. It's very gastronomic. If you are having a beautiful dinner, this wine actually pair perfectly with a lot of dishes. Are you happy with Carapace? And are you ready for wine number 9? Yes. Carapace, eccolo qua. Um, they're getting a lot of glasses, so I have to count them. 9, here it is. What a sweet fruit profile. Again, there is dark fruit, red fruit, a lot of ripeness, but there is also some sweetness in the nose. There is the spiciness, again, some vanilla, toast. Looks like a wine that will be quite juicy in the mouth. Let's see if it's true. You have a lot of acidity here, but also a lot of tannins. Wow, super tannic. But again, what's the quality of the tannins here? Fine, yes, velvety. The finish of the wine is sweet, it's fruity. It's not dry, it's not savory, it's not earthy. It remains the toastiness of the wood, yes. Is it too early to drink now? Yes, of course, but we are anteprima, so sometimes, yes, we have to taste also wines that are recent. And the texture of the tannis, yes, is fine, is velvety, well integrated. Alcohol is quite evident, is large. Is it a Sagrantino? Who said yes? Who said no? Interesting. Molto bravi. This is not. This is a petit syrah from very famous rich vineyards. So we went to California. How could I miss old New World? So we are in Dry Creek, so in a very particular place inside Sonoma, and actually Petit Syrah here is showing quite well because a beautiful extraction, beautiful quality of the tannins. They are high, but they are very well integrated, and the sweetness in the palate actually should drive you in the New World and in California with this abundancy. But yes, I appreciated that you recognize that this doesn't have the earthiness, the austerity, the savoriness of Sagrantino that is very, very talking about Umbria, so the darkness of the woods, the green part of Umbria that you can see easily, is very clearly displayed in the glasses. If you want, you can go back in the glasses of the Sagrantino and taste this kind of landscape. And last but not least, okay, last but not least, yes, wine number 10. Sì. Okay, super subtle, refined, dominated by, yes, there is a combination again. We find the leafy blackcurrant leaf presence here, the touch of herbal character, dry herbs, this orange peel, a touch of balsamic note, and then the black fruit. There is also a touch of tertiary evolution, some fig, some prune, so this wine is a little bit more settled. Again, there is the sweet profile in the mouth, given probably from the fruit, or maybe from the extended maceration, or maybe because there is residual sugar, or maybe because it's a grape that give a lot of sweet fruit profile. What do you think about the tannins? Do you think the tannins are higher or lower than the previous wines? A little bit lower, not resolved because it's too early to be resolved, but very well integrated into the body. So the perception is lower tannin than the before, than the previous one. It's super long, super linear, um, super slender also. Do you think this can be a Sagrantino? Who said yes? Who said no? Again, 50-50. Okay, okay. Anyway, do you like it? High quality wine, no? Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, this is called Petrone Memoira 2015. So there is some bottle age here. Inner vessel fermentation in order to keep the fruit only 15 days of maceration and only 12 months in barrique. So we are in Gualdo Cattaneo area, so we are in the western part, so more sandy pebbles. So as I told you at the beginning, sand give more aromatics but lower tannins. And so here you can find that the very light, let me say this, lighter body Sagrantino obviously is lighter compared to the other. So now we have opened and we had disclosed all the bottles. I hope that you actually enjoyed the fact that Sagrantino is a grape that can cope with the big players of the world. So I deliberately wanted to put Quattro Chateau d'Ampuis, Le Macchiole, Franchetti, all the big guys, in order to make a comparison and see, okay, we are in a small appellation, only 100 hectares and 450 more or less dedicated to Sagrantino, so the production is quite tiny, with small growers, small producers that are actually working like a tailor-made professional. So they are working carefully in all of the plots they have, and so we can have our unique expression, but not for this we are less of the other. So we can actually show our uniqueness. We can be, sometimes we can also be compared with the big of the world, but we have for sure a very high quality profile. So thank you for being here in this masterclass. And enjoy the rest of the day in Montefalco. That is a beautiful town. A presto, ciao!